humbled and honored and overwhelmed. I start with, I found it interesting, earlier today we got to speak to a leadership class, and one of the things that some of my fellow award winners talked about from an international perspective was to understand the cultures that have tribes to them. And I really, as I reflect today, my tribe is who nominated me, my 4-H house sisters. So thank you so much for that nomination. And any one of them could change places with me in an instant, absolutely. And that's part of that humbling experience of it all. I found myself at the University of Illinois. I found myself at 4-H house, and that has been the spark for the rest of my life, honestly. There is no two ways about it. So I stand here as a result and on the shoulders of many, many people, many of you here in the room today, which is completely overwhelming and humbling to me that I'm up here and you're sitting there, because I think it's so important that we give back. That's one of the main things that I've learned over my years is what those who have given to me is now my responsibility to give back to others. And I'd say I've learned so much from so many people, but a few of them significantly stand out to me. Of course, I start with my family, my mom and dad, my husband and my daughter, and my in-laws, and my brothers. They instill in me faith in my Creator and an understanding and drive for hard work, that you don't get anything without hard work. You have priorities and your service to your community, and that the love of my family and of my friends. Dr. Jim Evans, it was said before by Doyle so very well, everybody has a Dr. Evans story. And from the time I was a junior in high school, he came to my front porch and talked to my family and made me feel like I was, the most important recruit to the University of Illinois. And it just was overwhelming, and he continues to make me feel that way. Dr. Evans and Marlene have been to my wedding. They send me a Christmas card every year. I mean, who has that kind of connection with a professor from their past? And many, many University of Illinois College of Aces communications grads are honored and blessed with that relationship. I've got to stand on his shoulders, and it's just an amazing honor in that way. I mentioned a few people from my career that have been so very important, and I mention them because nothing that I say is new or different. It's things that I've learned from other people, and it's important to think about those things that you have learned from other people and honor that. So my first boss and mentor at Growmark, Rod Wellful, he is a tenacious business person of righteous integrity. I learned so much business righteousness from this man, and I honor that. And he taught me about leading with compassion, and I hope that's how I lead today. Unfortunately, Ann Kafer couldn't make it today. Ann has been my friend and mentor and colleague throughout the years. She has been there through some of the darkest times with me to always give me, she always seems to have that word of encouragement that I needed to hear. I remember one time I was dealing with a difficult work situation, and her words to me were, it's always important to be transparent, even when it's used against you. So don't give up using that. Continue using that. And Ann, ironically, Ann also got to baptize my daughter for me. And so you never know how all of these connections come together, and they're so part of our core. Another I mentioned is retired Commander John Allen Copes of the U.S. Navy. Jack came into my life when I had a desire to understand more about myself and the person that I really wanted to be when I grew up. Just a few weeks ago, I called Jack because I was at one of those points, and I said, Jack, I need your pep talk. I need you to tell me that I'm only in the input business and God's in the output business. And he laughed over the phone and he said, Becky, I think you have this pep talk down pat. But every one of us has those touch points in our life that we need to honor and appreciate because they are who made me, and I am now needing to carry that on and to carry that to other people. Those are some of the individuals who have had a significant impact on my life, but I tell you there's some institutions that I need to mention because there's a collection of people that just have the same integrity and perspective that they come from that I so honor and I so appreciate. And the first one, I would be remiss without mentioning Bromark. I believe very, very strongly in our organization. I believe why we were created in the very first place and what we do and how we serve our customers and owners. And I could have never imagined an organization that would provide such support and development of me personally, and some of the amazing experiences I've been able to have in that organization and to give back. And this is actually my 25th year in that organization, and I've been blessed every day at work. And finally, where it all really starts is the University of Illinois College of Aces and 4-H House. I mentioned a little bit of my 4-H House career before, but really, this is where it all began. This is where it started. I met my husband here. I learned how to be an adult here, well, most days. And it really prepared me and it really, truly, as I was preparing for this today, I realized that everything started here, really. That was the jumping off point to my adult life. And I am eternally grateful and very, very humbled. And I thank the University of Illinois College of Aces alumni, and I thank each of you for being here today. Thank you for the recognition. I am truly honored.